Have you given the book? And why have you given the book? Or did you give the book? Why did you give the book? Okay, no, not this. We wanted the different other difference we were talking about. Have you given the book? Is a plain question. The expectation is yes or no in equal probability. Okay. Have you not given the book? That means that I expect that you have given. That way, this whether it is there and whether it is not there. So two cases. Whether it is there or whether it is not there. Two more cases. So earlier 9 cases we eliminated. 9 into 2 into 2. 30 cases. Okay. That is how you will get 30 cases there. And you can work out how you get 12 squares. So these two sheets we are leaving for you. And here. The main words replacing if in the illustration to be used in your sentences are given in the picture. The purpose of this giving the verbs is that the list of verbs that we are putting up in the lesson, we want to ensure that those verbs at least our students end up learning well. Okay. So these 36 plus 12, 48 verbs have been picked up from the sixth list, which is the last list. I'll also explain the reason of this. Try to use, to the extent possible, subjects other than living beings. This is a problem that we have faced in most of our classrooms. When we ask students or participants to make or frame sentences in this way or that way or this form or that form, even if we ask explicitly, first what will be the subject of your sentence? Typical response is I, you, the boy, the cat, the student, the teacher. Okay. I mean, somebody who imagines a lot, he says the river, the mountain. Okay. But there are lots and lots of other things which can be subject. Okay. So we want to give the student, give the participant the conscious recognition that for being the subject of a sentence, one does not have to be an active agent who has a consciousness. Absolutely no need. Okay. And there are two examples. So we ask you to have in your sentences subjects which are not human beings, not animals, not tangible materials, entities either. No river, no laptop, no table. Okay. So plural for we, some other plural things. Okay. And some other singular things for he. Only I is a subject which you cannot replace. Okay. So that you will get. Okay. So simple, straightforward subject will appear only in the case of I. In all other cases, in the singular, plural, both cases, you will have other kinds of things as subjects. Examples are very easy to find. Plural subjects. Severe conditions of the peak Indian summer made the Swiss patient sick. Subject is this. This whole thing is the subject, and conditions is the main subject word. Okay? So you could say conditions made. Okay. This is the skeleton of the sentence. Okay. So what kind of conditions? Severe conditions. Severe conditions. What kind of severe conditions? Of the peak summer, Indian summer. Okay. Made whom? What? Made the Swiss patient sick. More details. The main skeleton of the sentence is conditions made. Okay. Conditions is conditions are not human beings, not animals, not tables, chairs. Similarly, will the leadership of a member of the royal family succeed in uniting the people? This is the object. Think of, will he succeed in uniting the people? Right. Will Chandragupta succeed in uniting the people? Right. In that place you are putting, will the leadership of a member of the royal family succeed in uniting the people? So, leadership is a quality. So, any noun or noun equivalent can sit in the place of the subject or for the matter object. Okay? So these two things we want you to follow in the sentences that you construct. So you put the number and write your sentence for that. For example, when you make the make the sentence when you are doing the 19th item, then you try to put the plural subject, not will not come, and will be a query question. Okay? The wage word will be there. This will be the verb. The sentence will be in present tense. This much. Okay, it takes a little time to do all those things. As if you are doing mathematics, not English. Okay, but anyway, you have done mathematics also, so it will not be a problem. Okay, so is it visible? Yes.
Continuous tense will not have future. Okay, so future continuous will not have passive. Future continuous will not have passive. This is passive. So that future will go. Okay, there is no future. So present and past. So that 3 into 3 into 2 into 2 will be replaced by 3 into 2 into 2 into 2. So rather than 36, you will get 24. Okay. So we have got the seed here and the things here. And what I want you to do is to share the load among yourselves and contribute these 24 sentences in which you replace the subjects we and he by appropriate other subjects, replace the verb give by any verb that fits the sense of your sentence, and maybe make your sentence a little full rather than this only structure. This has nothing. Okay, so make sensible sentences and get those sentences here. We will go in this way. First, we will have the binary questions without not, plain questions, plain binary questions. Okay, okay. Rather, let us say first we will have present. In present we will finish. Okay, so binary questions, plain question with some expectation. Okay, plain question with some expectation, plain question with some expectation. Okay, as you people pointed out. And then we will go for the past. Okay, the same sequence. And then we will have query questions in the two tenses, present as well as past. So sets of 6, 6, 6, 6 we will cover in this order. And there is no necessity to keep where. You can keep where, when, why, how, any of those words when you make the query questions. So in your rough note, you have some sentences. First 2-3 minutes you use in framing some of the sentences, and after those 3-4 minutes we will call you to contribute those sentences, and we will connect your sentences from here with the skeleton seeds, skeleton results from here. Okay, that is in this structure, that is a sentence, in this structure, that is a sentence, we will do that. Okay, so as the first set of first person who comes to the board continues his work, others may keep on reviewing his or her sentences, making suggestions. We is actually sitting for plural subject. Continue the other blocks and also reviewing his sentences. Very appropriate in our time. Are the prices of the vegetables being increased by the government only? Oh, okay, okay, he means something. Others are also increasing. So this sentence is perfectly fine, meets our standards, we are happy with it. Now the second one. Am I being stated as star performer into the stated as the star performer. Stated is very, I mean the sentence can be defended, there is no problem as such, but stated looks very weak in comparison to the star performer or declared. Okay, but that's fine. Next. Or you could also say, is the position of that player to bat, okay, but his suggestion is beautiful. Is the batting position of that player, make it and then that will look fine. This is the position to bat of that player, sounding is a little awkward. So remove the to bat and put batting before the position. Yeah. Ah, that's great. Is the football match between India and Pakistan not being postponed by the BCCI? BCCI? You mean cricket match?
Actually, I wanted to change the theme actually. Every sentence was from the cricket.
Yeah, but that's okay. You are interested in cricket, so your sentences come from cricket. Is the cricket match between India and Pakistan not being postponed by the BCCI even after those attacks on the border? So his expectation is that it is supposed to get cancelled or postponed, and BCCI is not postponing it, so he is surprised and he is questioning the lethargy of BCCI. Okay, so Syed, the W that you have written in the beginning, look. Yeah, make it longer. Yeah, it should have something like 1.7 height of the height of E. It is happening like that for 400 years. We were happy with problems. We were happy with the decision. We are not that happy with the villagers. Okay, let it be there. Were the villagers not being allowed to represent their problems? Present their problem, represent? Okay, fine. Represent their problems. How do you represent problems? You can represent your village, you can represent your company. Present their problems. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. At the time of writing, you imagine yourself as a printing press. You should write cursive continuous. Was the Polavaram project not being funded by the central government? So your impression is that it was being funded. It was being funded. That is your expectation. And somebody told a few things from which you got the impression that maybe he thinks it is not being funded. So maybe he knows right. I was confused or what? Asking for confirmation. Fine. Here also I would typically use it the precious day, है ना? एक द लगा दीजिए उसमें, अच्छा लगता है. Okay, so the sentence, where are plural subject being third form? Good sentence. Why are the decisions of the government being looked upon with suspicion? So there is somebody who has come to defend the authorities. Fine, continue. The sentence is fine, but we don't like the children. Okay, but let the children be there, don't worry. Okay, fine. Sentence is fine in the proper structure. What am I being accused of? First class sentence. Why am I not being supplied with chemicals for lab work? Don't you put a hyphen between lab and work? Why am I not being supplied with chemicals for laboratory work? What is the tree being grown for? The sixth one, which you don't have. Why is the administration not being strict with the rules? Perfectly all right. Anybody has got the full set of 6 for the fourth set? Corrections. First correction is the decision. Decisions. Remove that E. Spelling. Decisions. That's right. Why were the decisions of the party being ruled out by the public make that in at large? That part is fine, but there is some no, that is okay. That is okay. See, decision you can overrule. Suggestion you can rule out. What is the idea of ruling out a decision?
Have a special right of ruling out any decision of the government by protest or by any
That is not ruling out.
recommendations or something.
Rule out is something which happens in the planning stage. He gives a suggestion, we, the majority, say no, if we do this then we will be beaten up in the streets, so we rule out that. So ruling out is something which is at the planning stage, not, but then public is in no position to, okay, party's decision, maybe, yeah, fine. Why were the Indian cricket team members not being provided with proper security? If we want to be consistent, then we have to admit that we don't like Indian cricket team members. When was I being appointed in my first job? Why was I not being selected for that job? Okay. There's a problem actually. No, that's okay. You complete your sentence. After that, we will discuss the problem. What was the dose of that medicine being administered by the doctor? Can you identify the subject of this sentence? No? What? That's the point. The subject is not known, that is being asked for. Okay, subject is being asked for. So, when the subject itself is the query, that is an exceptional case. So, there, see that the dose, etc., is actually complement. Okay. So, 1 tablet daily is the dose. Okay, so 1 tablet daily is the subject, the dose, etc., is the complement. So, not only here, in any question where the subject actually is the matter of query which is being asked, so who or what, the query word and the subject merge together. So, the place of the normal subject becomes vacant. Okay. This we encountered long back once in module 1 when we were talking about who gives lessons in English language. Okay. So, in that we encountered this once. Fine. Why was the condition of the patient not being improved? Yeah, it's, as a sentence it's fine, but the sentence is actually somewhat cooked up, because typically people would say, why was the condition of the patient not improving? Okay. So, let us modify it a little, remove that improved, put some other verb and continue the sentence a little forward. Or monitored, monitored regularly. Monitored, that is actually the real question that he has in mind. There also I would have the same point. No? You would rather say, why was the condition of the patient not stabilizing?
Not being stabilized by using the good medicine.
Ah, that will make sense. That will make sense. Yeah. Okay. So, if somebody puts a little effort, nice, beautiful, interesting sentences come up. So, like this, most of the seeds get expanded in a large number of sentences, and someone who can get any sentence at the drop of a hat whenever he needs in this, 16 seeds giving rise to 360 sentences, all those 360 forms, all those 360 structures, if somebody can write correctly, speak correctly in a natural manner, then we define that he knows English. Okay. So, that is our understanding of knowing English. Okay. So, now this statement will be in the subject place for the change sentence. So, what will you make it? Sentence. Yeah. Though because in the question kind of sentence, the WH word actually comes in the beginning. So, that will operate even there. Okay. So, by whom can this statement be elaborated? That is how it has to be, because the question word will come in the beginning, WH word. Okay.